government specifically are the problem. Not every fascist is a populist, but they are two interlinked styles of government, really. Because what fascists tend to do is rely on narratives of deep change and of enemies. I think that's one of the hallmarks of this style of politics, where you represent your opponents not just as people who disagree with you, but as existential threats, as evil people. So you see it in the course of the run-up to the Second World War, where Jewish people are represented as, rats and a scourge. You see it with Muslims, where they are represented as coming to take over and replace white people. So you have big, defined groups of enemies that the person who is trying to convince you to vote for them, or later on simply to support their regime perhaps, needs to defeat. There is always an enemy to be defeated. Unfortunately, one of the things we're very bad at as humans is recognising different things when they don't look like previous examples. So I think in pre-crisis Britain we had an idea that when fascism came it would look again like the 1930s. It would look like a single charismatic leader. It would look like a jackboots in the street and huge flags. And it didn't look like that. It looked like social media groups. It looked like poisoning the well so that no information could be trusted. It had its own specific flavour, and that, I think, blinded people, as did a kind of complacency that things aren't ever going to get that bad ever again. That's a problem for the past. We're much more sophisticated now. We're not going to succumb to these great moods of emotion where everyone is hysterically listening to a leader. Well, guess what? People don't change that much.
Where do authoritarians come from? Before the crisis, Ian was a senior journalist covering the closing war.
You look like someone who's had just about enough of this bollocks. Am I right?
Fuck me, dead sec. All right, maybe you could help. Got myself in a bit of trouble.
I mean, can't guarantee anything, but we'll try. What's up?
Got my mate and I in this activist group. We did protests, picketing. Together it felt like we were unstoppable, but the last protest turned to shit. My mate got pummeled by Albion and then thrown in an ambulance. Official story is they died, but thing is they won't let anyone see the body. No one.
That's terrible.
Something's not right here. I just need some answers. You help me find out what happened and I'll owe you.
Oof, that's not good, is it? We'll look into it.
Stay focused. I'll be okay.
What's your problem?
Taking deep breaths. Stay calm.
I don't believe this.
It won't stop! Ah! I'll put you in your goddamn place. I survived.
They see me.
All units,
Bottom of
possible
eight.
suspect or suspects reported near your location. Message received, moving in. Over.
This is London Calling. I'm Tash, and you're listening to Buccaneer, your source for what they
Finally,
don't
lost
need
them.
to know. Today we're
Control,
talking
I've lost
about
the target.
Dev Hassani, our gone, but sadly not forgotten Prime Minister. It's strange to think that he was just another here today, gone tomorrow politician until his infamous London is drowning speech went
Sorry,
viral.
not interested in
Forces
being
of
arrested
darkness
today.
unleashed with that speech changed everything around us. Was Asani's rise inevitable? Could it have been stopped? And what happens when democracy starts to breed the ideas that can destroy it? Using back channels and underground contacts, we got in touch with political analysts and historians to find out how it's possible for cynical, short-term leaders like our beloved Prime Minister to give birth to political nightmares. No full names, as you know. These days, telling the truth can get you killed. Helen spelt out the dangers of populism for major political magazines and websites back in the pre-censorship days.
The appeal of fascist politics is about strongmen, and they are usually men, because it's about saying there are simple problems that are really easy to define, say immigration, and there are simple solutions to them, stop immigration. And they are really appealing because they make sense of a world that can often feel really complicated and confusing, and they do offer, or seem to offer, action, instead of what politics can often be, which is a kind of messy set of compromises where no one gets really what they want, everyone gets a little bit of it. And that's the problem, really, is you end up in a situation where it looks like someone is going to do something incredible and transformative, but of course, either it never really delivers, or it delivers.
Hey, get back!
You look like someone who's had just about enough of this bollocks. Am I right?
Would you happen to be in DedSec? Because I have some information you'll find useful.
Go on.
I, along with 300 of my colleagues, were all made redundant a few weeks ago.
That's terrible.
Thankfully, I managed to land on my feet, but something about the layoff stinks to high heaven. What company has the resources to replace 300 skilled workers like that? It's preposterous.
Yeah, you're right. So now you want DedSec to do some digging for you?
Precisely. I never forget a favour. Help me and I'll help you however I can.
Surrender. Why you still? No moving during the scan. Stand still, please. Everything's alright, right?
Can I have your
No problem. You're good to go.
You're in. Now find the thing.
This is important.
You're talking. It's you. On my feet.
Patch me through to control.
10-4, suspect has been dealt with.
Creepy.
Back off, you creep. Watch it.
Watch where you're going, yeah?
Hey, we have a problem here.
Our latest endeavours have been time. Technology is formed two sides of the same coin. That is the heart of daybreak. A chance to leave the troubles of the world behind. Things may seem bleak now, but a new society awaits you. A society of peace and innovation, of love and prosperity. Join our mailing list to receive updates when Daybreak goes live. Unleash the full potential of your mind. One simple convenient procedure and you can be free forever. Sign up for our waitlist today and join us in the world of tomorrow. Daybreak is the future. And the future is very bright indeed. Broken has led the world in AI innovation. We automated London's black cabs, we brought Bagley to your optics. But our latest endeavour is something entirely new. Technology and humanity, two sides of the same coin. That is the heart of Daybreak. A chance to
now?
Hey, you made it.
Should I call you back?
What? Oh, him. Yeah, he thought I was trespassing. I set him straight.
Right.
Now, about that message I sent you. I might have been a little overexcited. Oh, shut up! I've been investigating a massive contract. Too massive for the plebs who use 404. This contract is different. Dangerous.
Who is it?
I will tell you. But first I have to trust you. And you have to trust me, you know? So, I'm gonna send you another 404 contract. Let's just get to know each other a little better.
How do I know these targets deserve anything? How do I know you're not setting us up?
Oh, there you go. Asking the right questions. Trust me. I do my research. I know every contract inside out and they're all part of the problem. London, the world, will be much better off with our help. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to move this twat before he gets his strength back. Laters.
Not a trap. Sounds like we have a potential partnership with this mean, aggressive mystery woman. Give it a think and we'll discuss once you're out of Somerset House.
Solid plan.
sign up for our waitlist today and join us in the world of tomorrow. Daybreak is the future, and the future is very bright indeed. Brokotech has led the world in AI innovation. We automated London's black cabs, we brought Bagley to your optics. But our latest endeavour is something entirely new. Technology and humanity, two sides of the same coin. That is the heart of Daybreak. A chance to leave the troubles of the world behind. Things may seem bleak now, but a new society awaits you. A society of peace, an innovation of love and prosperity. Join our mailing list to receive updates when Daybreak goes live. Unleash the full potential of your mind. One simple convenient procedure and you can be free forever. Sign up for our waitlist today and join us in the world of tomorrow. Daybreak is the future.
What do I do?
She's interesting. A little off the deep end. Probably not with 0 Day, I think.
The money's good, but I don't trust her. We should be careful about where this is going.
If you decide to become gig economy hacktivists, then I'll support you, because I literally have no choice.
Auto drive now enabled.
This is London Calling. I'm Tash, and you're listening to Buccaneer, your source for what
Auto
they
drive
don't
now
want you to know.
disabled.
Today we're talking about Dev Hassani. Our gone, but sadly not forgotten Prime Minister. It's strange to think that he was just another here today, gone tomorrow politician until his infamous London is drowning speech went viral. The forces of darkness he unleashed with that speech changed everything around us. Was Sasani's rise inevitable? Could it have been stopped? And what happens when democracy starts to breathe the ideas that can destroy it? Using back channels and underground contacts, we got in touch with political analysts and historians to find out how it's possible for cynical, short-term leaders like our beloved Prime Minister to give birth to political nightmares. No full names, as you know. These days, telling the truth can get you killed. Helen spelt out the dangers of populism for major political magazines and websites back in the pre-censorship days.
The appeal of fascist politics is about strongmen, and they are usually men, because it's about saying there are simple problems that are really easy to define, say immigration, and there are simple solutions to them, stop immigration. And they are really appealing because they make sense of a world that can often feel really complicated and confusing, and they do offer, or seem to offer, action instead of what politics can often be, which is a kind of messy set of compromises where no one gets really what they want, everyone gets a little bit of it. And that's the problem, really, is you end up in a situation where it looks like someone is going to do something incredible and transformative, but of course, either it never really delivers, or it delivers with a huge cost to the
I'm here.
Well done. Let me tell you about your contract. The Nexus Tower holds a quantum computer used by Albion. It simulates civilian response to large-scale events. Mass arrests, deportations, bombings.
Fucking hell. They're running sims to see what will go unnoticed. That's some next-level fascism.
It's a minging piece of work. Destroy the quantum computer. That's the contract.
You're a natural. Next step is to wait for Now to get back to us. But don't wait here. That would be a shit idea.
Agreed.
Dead good. Glad to establish a foundation of trust. I'm ready to show you the contract I'm investigating. Go to the GBB. You shouldn't have any trouble finding her.
quick.
They're out cold.
Make me move.
Whoa! Shit! Someone better call 999!
Right away. Like you knew. What can I do but sort of bottle here the size of the building and wait for somebody in?
Someone, anyone, call 999!
Maybe I...
Ah, the GBB, once considered the world's greatest public broadcaster, now considered, quote, quite shit. This is where you'll find Nowt's big contract.
The building's sealed up tight, but there's an access point on the roof. You can peek in there.
Everything you are is in your brain. Your love, your fear, your dreams, even the cheeky ones, are all electrical signals firing back and forth between your ears. This right here is more powerful than any computer, but it has its limitations. I watched my mother succumb to motor neuron disease, and her loss made me realize that death comes to us all. But what if we could change that? What if we could scan your brain and upload the neural map to the cloud? Well, it would mean the end of human suffering, of death itself, and the beginning of a new society where war, oppression, disease are all worries of the past. Hello, my name is Skye Larson. I'm CEO of Brokertech, and this is Daybreak. Now, since all of you have signed up for our waitlist, I'm sure you're eager to see how Daybreak really works. But before we do that, I'll ask the technicians at the board to cut the live feed. We wouldn't want any uninvited guests recording these trade secrets. Daybreak is an imaging system which scans the...
There you have it, DedSec. The big contract.
Wait a minute. You want to go after Sky Larson? Really?
Oh, I want to do more than that. Problem is, Larson hasn't been seen in public in nearly 2 years, and he can't kill a hologram. I've been trying to track her down. I found a home here in London, but that, well...
Sky Larson's work is changing the world. Her innovations in AI, the creation of Bagley. Is she dodging taxes? Funding fascists? What's she done?
Plenty. But you need to see for yourself. Her mansion's in Westminster. The things you'll see in there.
She disconnected.
Shite, that was banging. Think I'm getting this DedSec thing?
You wouldn't have been recruited if DedSec thought you'd be killed that easily.
Right, you running some cheeky beta program, Bagley?
You'll get used to the robot's funny way of talking. He has a good mental heart.
Bagley, can you locate Sky Larson's home?
Of course, I'll just crack open the yellow pages. Oh, look, there she is, right under B, for billionaires who obviously don't publicise their home address, you sweet, dumb baby. I've narrowed it down to St. James's Square, but that's the best I can do.
Auto drive now enabled.
Call her back.
Tried already. She's offline.
I'm curious to know what Sky's hiding in her home. It's scared now pretty badly.
I'm Tash, and you're listening to Buccaneer. Your source for what they...